It's time.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am here with Alex Ecklin. Alex, it is so nice to see you here in California. You're New York-based, right?
Exactly. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
You don't talk like it.
No?
Yeah, it's like you have no trace of an accent at all, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never actually really good in school, so that's kind of surprising to hear.
Here's the thing. You actually have a very, very heavy New York accent. If you don't know, I'm just joking with you. But here's the thing. Like, you know what you kind of strike me as? You kind of strike me as Jiu-Jitsu's, like, Karate Kid equivalent. You're like the macho of our sport. Do you believe that to be true?
Yeah, that's a big compliment.
Now, we did a funny interview, and you were mentioning blood sport.
I'm really excited to compete in the EBI because it's a real-life kumite, and I can finally, once and for all, avenge my shidoshi.
Yep, didn't pay attention to a word you just said. Like, is that really like something that inspired you to become a martial artist?
Well, it's a combination of 3 movies. It was Fight Club, Bloodsport, and Karate Kid. So it's a fusion of all 3 and a little bit of each.
Now, which one of those out of your 3 is your favorite?
Definitely Bloodsport.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong on that read.
Definitely.
What was it about Bloodsport that appealed to you, and does it also appeal to your jiu-jitsu sense?
Yeah, just as a kid when I saw it, like I fell in love with the idea that, you know, some young adult is going to avenge somebody older, enter some hidden secret tournament, and then beat the bigger, stronger guy and break the bottom brick by using a secret technique called the dim mak. So my dim mak is the G-roll, so that's kind of where I'm going.
Have you ever tried to break a brick?
I've tried and I failed a couple of times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did it hurt? Did it leave like any lasting impression on your arm or anything?
I don't think I hit it hard enough for it to hurt.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good to know that you didn't put a dent in it. I have to ask this because you are so well known for your G-roll, and where did that come from? Because a lot of us, you just showed a lot of variations of what you like to do from it, and I really appreciate it, and I know you're known for it. But where did that all come from?
Just came accidentally. I was, training with some of my training partners, Sergio, Vin, and Shaolin's, and then just started to play around with it, and then accidentally hit it one day, and then from there, it's been like maybe 4, 5, 6 years. It's been a while. So then they started countering it, and I started to try new counters. They helped me develop some new moves, and then just kind of brainstorm from there, and then that's where it came.
I need to pause for a second. You said the word accidentally came up with it.
Yep.
Really?
Well, I was trying to do a gi move and no gi, where you grab the pants and then you grab the collar, and then from half guard you knock your opponent over with your knee. Sure. I was trying to do that no gi, and I couldn't do it no gi, and my partner was leaning back, so I was like, why don't I just do a push-up and knock him over backwards, and that's kind of how it happened.
It's so funny because I try explaining that to people, and they think I'm insane every single time, and I would love to be able to show and prove them differently, but yours looks a little bit different. It looks actually good. Okay. But when that does happen, you came up with it by accident. When does it not become an accident? How does it go from accident to, oh, that's the coolest shit I've seen?
Yeah, when you actually plan it in your head that you're going to do it, and then you're going to do it over and over and over again, and then you start landing on resisting opponents, that's when it becomes purposeful and not accidental.
Now, was this something in response to anything like Shaolin was doing? Because your black belt was given to you by Vitor Shaolin. Yeah. Did you find that was proving helpful? Because his game, is it bad? Is bad the word I'm looking for? No, incredible. Sorry. It took me a second.
A lot of people in Shaolin's, they do like pressure passes and knee slice passes, and I had to just defend against those passes for such a long time that I just try to do my best. And the G-roll, sometimes it would work, sometimes it would stop it, sometimes it wouldn't work, but that's what I was using to defend against some of these pressure passes and these knee slice passes. The
structure of it's so great, and the way that you explain it, very technical, and that's so refreshing to see. Let's talk a little bit now, though. What brings you out to California?
I'm in California to do my own kumite. It's going to be the Eddie Bravo Invitational.
Do they have anybody held hostage for you?
I hope so.
I hope not. I think that's a bad choice. Do you really need that extra motivation to have somebody? Because I see your crew here. We could arrange for something. I don't know if you know this.
Please, don't take John, though. Don't take John?
Yeah,
don't take John.
Don't take John.
Not Van either.
Well, that's who's here. If I don't take one or the other, then I don't have any way to help you avenge something.
Yeah, no, please keep them both here. If you do want to take them hostage, just go to In-N-Out, one of the many locations. They're probably there, and it's probably pretty easy to catch them. If you don't see them in In-N-Out, they're probably playing Pokemon Go, so you'll be able to see them on their phone walking around the streets, and then that's how you'll be able to get one of them.
I'm going to tell you this right now. The only reason this whole interview is going to trend is because you said the words Pokemon Go. Everybody and their mom is playing that. That's the only reason people are going to tune in. They're going to be like, yo, do you know where I could get a Chizard, though? Because, seriously, I can't.
Actually, Van told me he caught some amazing Pokemon in BJJ Breakdown Academy. So if you're looking to train, there's I heard you can catch some things here.
I'm just going to slip you this fake money as if I've bought you off. So you're competing at EBI 7. You've competed at it before.
Yeah.
What is the appeal of this tournament over maybe other tournaments that you've done before?
The money is always a nice option, but the thing is, only one person gets the money, and you have to, win in regulation time to get the money. So really, I can't really say that, the money is the focus. But really, it's just I know no one's going to stall me out, and that's kind of relieving, because sometimes you go to a tournament where you believe you're the better fighter, but the other person is just better at stalling, and maybe they get something on you and they hold on to the position.
IBJJF. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
So it's kind of relieving, that you can just go for broke. It's kind of like the equivalent of a boxing match where it's knockout only. It's kind of crazy and kind of interesting at the same time. So I'm definitely excited to be part of it.
That's so cool. Well, we obviously are excited about that. You came to do a seminar here. You mentioned at the aforementioned Breakdown Academy.
Yep.
How would you rate your experience here?
Definitely a 10 out of 10. Because
you paused for a second, and I was a little nervous. I was about to be like,
I was thinking if I say 8 out of 10, it was my seminar. That means I messed up. So, so I'm pretty much rating myself, right? So.
So when you were here, you taught great things. What is it about it that appealed to you about being able to teach here when you were showing up and showing?
It's very interesting because it was the first seminar. I've done only a couple of seminars, but all the seminars I've done were in the gi. This one was no gi, and I actually didn't know who was at what level. So I wasn't sure if somebody's a black belt or if somebody's a white belt. A couple of people told me, I'm a 2-stripe white belt, but it could have fooled me, and then some people, I had no idea. So it was interesting to kind of play with that and answer some questions, not even knowing the level of the person,
That's really cool. I know that we really appreciate having you here, and I know that one of the things that made it unique is some seminars don't have people who will roll with everybody. I won't name names, but you in particular, you did roll with a bunch of the people here, and that was very well reciprocated. I know a lot of people appreciated rolling with you because not everybody gets that high caliber of roll and the ability to roll with somebody who's going to participate in an ABI 7. I, however, did get to roll with you, and I have to say a few things. I need you. Can you like put your hands over your ears real quick? Okay, here's the thing. If you're competing against him at EBI, here's what you need to do. He goes really slow. So, like, you have to get used to, like, a slow-paced match. He also has no idea what he's doing. So, like, just anything and you'll be fine. And earmuffs off. I thought that your role was incredible. I thought you were a technical and very difficult role. I couldn't find one fault in any of it.
Yeah, I thought you were just a little bit slow. I also thought you didn't really know what you were doing. So that's probably why I was able to be so quick and be all over you.
That's so weird. I don't recall any of that.
Do you think we're thinking the same thing?
I don't know. I feel like one of us is right, me. But, I appreciate that. No, actually, again, one of the funnest part about being able to come and see a seminar from you is you explain things well, you roll really well, and you roll at a caliber that really, really gives people an idea, like a peek of what that must be like to compete at that level. And you're only going 10% on us. So that's why it's refreshing, and I think that's an extra appeal of what it is that you do for your seminar. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Can we take care of any sponsors for you? I know you've probably got people that you want to take care of.
Yeah, I have actually quite a number of sponsors for this event.
Okay, this is a short video, so
okay,
do you need like an Oscar like playoff music or anything?
If you can edit that in later, I know you're very good at editing. That would be great. So I have a strength and conditioning coach that helped me out a lot, JJ Biasucci. I have a diet coach, Mark DeSalvo. East Coast MMA sponsored me. Fabian Garcia, he gave me some like acupuncture, massages, physical therapy, helped me out a lot with that. Defense Soap gave me some soap. Really happy about that. Plus, I love Fight Club. I love soap. And lastly, VHTS. It's a longtime friend of mine, a longtime sponsor of mine. They sponsored me. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to my teacher, Vitor Shaolin. And I just started a new school myself called Master Skya. It's in Bushwick, Brooklyn. It's kind of like a top secret fight club in a way, because my address is not online. If you want to train with me, you first have to email me because it's a donation-based school. So we want to kind of filter. It's almost like a little club. Very very similar to Fight Club, actually, and you can't talk about it. So
Are you breaking your first rule, however?
Not entirely, because I talked about my sponsors. This is an answer about my sponsors, not too much about my gym. But I did plug my gym in the end.
These rules are very confusing. You did plug your gym in the end. I'm glad you were able to write and rewrite a rule very quickly.
Thank you.
That's amazing. And I have to ask this because I know people want to know. Why is it that you're doing donation-based? I think that's a really interesting model. And I know there are so many people who want to do jiu-jitsu, but those costs get so high, and especially out in New York. Yeah. And I think it's really admirable that you would want to give that back to people. But was there any motivating factor that you did that for?
There's a few. First of all, I am from Brooklyn, and I opened up a school in Brooklyn, but the neighborhood that I opened up is not like a Wall Street area. It's not a very rich area. So I wanted to give back to the community. First of all, I believe that not everybody, especially young adults, can afford over $200 a month in training, plus the geese are $100, plus the tournaments $100, seminars, all that stuff. So I wanted to do something that was affordable. And also, I'm not keeping it a secret. I didn't really want to sell people and call people or hire people and things like that. So it's actually a little bit of a load off of my back too, because I'm kind of lazy about those kind of things, and I'm not very good about those kind of things. So it's kind of like a win-win for everybody. If I was like a really good businessman, I could definitely make a great business out of it, but I'm not. So I just wanted to teach jiu-jitsu, and I'm still competing a lot, and I'm traveling and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to not devote too much time to that. I didn't want to devote time only to teaching and competing, and for now that's how it's going to be.
And where did the name come from?
The name, it's a Russian name, Masterskaya. It's a Russian translation. It's like a workshop, a place where you hone your craft, somewhere where you hone your skill in Russian. And then the spelling in English is kind of cool. It's the word master, the word sky, and then a little letter A at the end.
That's cool. I almost don't like it because it's too deep and it has too much meaning. So
yeah, it's not as good as Verbal Tap podcast, but it is pretty good.
What are you talking about? The best podcast out there.
Not disagreeing on that one.
There we go. Alex, I have to tell you, you are one of the nicest guys we know. You were so kind to me when I went out to Shaolin's many years ago out in New York, and I've never forgotten that, and I've always been excited to be able to see your instruction, and I can tell you that the people who are here and the people who know you speak so well of you.
Thank you.
So, and it's hard to see why people, wouldn't, because you're so nice and your technique is so good.
Thank you so much.
So we're all rooting for you, man. Congratulations again on getting in. We cannot wait to do it. Why don't you win the tournament so I can talk to you again?
Okay.
And then we can do all this all over again.
Take you out with the money, right?
What? I didn't say that. That's on tape, right? Like, we can play that back later. Obviously, take me out for food, but thank you very much. Guys,
so much.
Keep it locked here at Verbal Tap. You've got Alex Ecklin here. Again, he's like super slow. I can't stress that enough. So, EBI competitors, just really, really phone it in.
Guys, and last huge thank you to my coach Vitor Shaolin, and a really big thank you to my really, really close friends Vin, Alan Flores, and John. They flew from New York and from Las Vegas to be with me, coach me, eat chicken with me, do all these things with me. So really, really big thank you to them.
You other two, you don't mean anything, but whatever.
No, I like those guys too.
Well, thank you guys for coming in here. Keep it locked here at verbaltapcast.com for more information.
Thank you.